everybody, welcome back to Symfonea. As you guys know, Greg uploaded a video about his way that he chose the Christian faith, and he told me that I have to upload one too, so I get to do this now. I grew up in the church from the womb. I was on stage next to my mom playing the piano. I was next to my mom who was playing the piano. I used to sit in a car seat just next to the keyboard, so I was involved from church, like very much involved right from the beginning. At the church I grew up in, I received an incredible foundation, lots of foundational accounts of the Bible that I learned, and learned the character or the ministry of Jesus in an awesome way, for which I will forever be grateful. But at the age of 19, I started desiring God in a much deeper way than what I had been experiencing. I can't really remember what it felt like. I just remember having this hunger for the Lord, and I was attending church every week. Eventually, I had a conversation with my mom and told her that I'm going to be visiting other churches. She was just happy that I would be visiting other churches and not just staying away completely. So I eventually found a church where I really felt the absolute, unadulterated, pure love of God like never before. I suppose that's where my relationship with God took an exponential turn for the best. But if I'm technical, if you want to be technical like what my husband always is, I remember, it's a very unique memory, at the age of 3 years old. I was crawling from the back seat of the car through to the front seat to get out of the driver's side, because for some reason I never used to like getting out of the car in the back seat, which is where I was, or the back doors. I had to go climb over the gearbox and the handbrake to get out of my mommy's side, because that's where my mommy was. So as a 3-year-old girl, I remember climbing through those two front seats and praying to Jesus, saying, Jesus, please come and live in my heart. And I told my mom that, and that I think is why I remember it so much, is because I voiced it out loud after that. And she obviously reminded me of this story quite often. Then at the age of 11, I recommitted my life to Christ. So I started my actual proper journey. But the truth of the matter is that at 3 years old, Jesus was living in my heart because I asked him to, and I loved him already then, and I wanted him to live in my heart. So that is how I guess I chose to be a Christian. And then at the age of 19, like I said, I really just, it's been a constant life journey for me, strangely enough. So between leaving the church I grew up in and arriving at the church that I felt the amazing, unadulterated love of God, I went through a little bit of a clubbing phase. Only managed to go 3 times, but still it's enough to be able to say that I had the phase, I believe, because it wasn't so nice. But I just remember feeling so far from God in that time. And yet, the crazy thing is, I would see people that were like 23, 22, 24 maybe, that are on fire for the Lord and love him wholeheartedly. And I would say, Lord, when I'm 22, I don't know why I had the number 22 in my mind, but Lord, when I'm 22, I know I'm going to be like them one day. And I can't wait to be that much in love with you, because right now I feel so far from you. Still going clubbing, still doing whatever, but I know that when I'm that age, I'm going to be fully on par with, like, on the straight and narrow. And when I was 22, that exact thing happened. It was in 2017, where I can never be the same again. When I thought I had gone exponentially before, man, I've never been this in love with the Father. And there is nothing in this whole entire world that can take his love away from me. As much as I say I love God, he loves me 10,000 million gajillion times, infinity times more. And the same is true for you. So I don't really know how I chose, how to answer the question, how I chose the Christian faith, because is it the first time? Is it the time of deeper understanding? Is it the latest time? it's been a life journey for me, and I'm expecting it to just get better and better with every single day. A deeper love for the Lord, and a revelation, a deeper revelation of God's love for me. So I hope that is a sufficient answer. And until next time, study God's Word, keep on getting to know His nature, and setting yourself up for a lifetime of success.